Hi my dear students, welcome back to another session. In the last class you already learned regarding agents of pollination. Agent of pollination mainly two types, one is biotic agent, one is abiotic agent. Biotic and abiotic. In the last class, one of the abiotic factor, that is wind, air, we had discussed. The today topic is regarding water. If pollination is occurred with the help of water, such pollination we can call as hydrophily. Pollination is occurred with the help of water, that is called as what? Hydrophily. And here in NCERT it is very clearly given, only limited species are going to perform. Only limited species are going to perform hydrophily. The number also is given, 30 genera are going to perform hydrophily. Out of 30 genera, most of the species are going to belong to monocots. Let's write the points. If pollination is occurred with the help of water, that is called as hydrophily. That is called as what? Hydrophily. And here most of the species, here only limited species are going to perform hydrophily. In NCERT it is clearly given, that is 30 genera are performing hydrophily. Out of this 30, most of the species belong to monocot plants. Monocot plants. And in the last classes you already learned, water is act as an external medium for transfer of male gamete as well as fertilization also. In some species, fertilization is occurred in the external medium, that is water, right? So here the water is act as a external medium. The water is act as a external medium for transfer of male gamete, as well as for fertilization. It is very important. In which case it is very important? For example, external fertilization case, water is compulsory, as well as in case of bryophyta, pteridophyta, algae, male gametes are motile. The fertilization purpose as well as you can say the transfer of male gamete purpose, water is very essential. In case of which one? Algae as well as bryophytes as well as pteridophyte, the compulsory depend upon water for fertilization as well as transfer of gamete. Next, which plants are occurred? For example, higher angiosperms plants are, which plants are growing in water? Such plants we can call as a hydrophytes. Second point. So this all hydrophytes are never going to pollinated by only water. So it means here what I would like to tell you here, all hydrophytes are not pollinated by water. Some of the hydrophytes are also pollinated by insect as well as animals also, right? The point is here, which plants are grow in water habit? So such plants we can call as what? Hydrophytes. Such plants we can call as what? Hydrophytes. For example, in NCERT two examples is given. One is Vallisneria and one is Hydrilla. Vallisneria as well as Hydrilla, these both are freshwater species. And one more example is given in the NCERT, that is sea grasses. The sea grasses is nothing but Zostera species, which is marine hydrophyte. Here in all hydrophytes, pollination is not always hydrophily. Why? Because in some cases what happened, the flowers which are going to form on surface of the water, the flowers which are going to form on surface of the water. In such case, the pollination is occurred with the help of wind or insect. So some cases or in some spaces, flowers are formed on surface of water. Can you give the examples which flowers are going to form surface of the water? That you know already what they are. The best example is terror of Bengal. We had discussed that one. Is terror of Bengal, water hyacinth, as well as water lily flowers, as well as lotus belong to Nymphaceae family. Lotus belong to Nymphaceae family. So these three plant species, you can see the flowers which are going to form on surface of the water. In such case, pollination by the chances is there, pollination by either wind pollination, nothing but air pollination, or insect pollination. Right? So this is actually point. Next, here in NCERT two examples are given. First we are going to discuss regarding Wallisneria. Wallisneria is a hydrophyte, right? The Wallisneria, the flowers which are going to form on the surface of the water with the help of one long stalk. This long stalk, it is going to project the flowers on surface of the water, right? Here flowers are formed on surface of water. So these flowers are going to project to surface of water with help of one long stalk. Flowers are formed on the surface of water. In the same way, the flowers, you can see, it means male organs are also going to release pollen grains on surface of water. So it means pollination, it is occurred on surface of the water, Next, this is one example. And here one more example is given, like for example, which one? Justira, sea grasses. Example is Justira. So in this case, the Justira, the flowers, it is a marine species, marine angiosperm. We had discussed it is a marine angiosperm. Justira pollen grain, exine layer is not made up of sporopollen, and pollen grains which are ribbon in shape, long and ribbon in shape, and flowers which are formed in within the water. It means the flowers are submerged in within the water. Pollination is occurred in within the water. Wallisneria, surface of the water. Justira, within the water. Let's try the points. Justira is marine angiosperm. The first point is what? It is a marine angiosperm. The second point, pollen grains are PG pollen grains which are exine. Exine is not made up of sporopollen. Exine which is not made up of sporopollen. And third point, flowers are formed in within the water. Right? And pollen grains are long ribbon shape. Right? So you can see generally the student have one doubt, sir. Actually, it is, you can see the pollination is occurred by water. So due to the wetness, the chances is there to swelling of pollen grains, right? The pollen grain, it can absorb the water or not. So here for that, these hydrophytes are going to perform one special adaptation. This water, these hydrophyte pollen grains, which are going to covered by one mucilage sheath. Due to the presence of mucilage sheath, which is going to escape from the wetting, right? Here, this pollen grains are made up of or surrounded by mucilage layer. Due to the presence of mucilage layer, which are not going to wet, which are not going to increase in size, which are not going to swell, they are not absorb the water molecules, right? So here pollination is occurred. Pollination is occurred within the water. The pollination is occurred within the water, right? So this is regarding information regarding hydrophily. And here, which are pollinated by water or which are pollinated by wind. So such flowers do not consist nectars. It means they are not going to produce any nectars. Do you know reason? What is the reason? Because nectars are not essential for pollination. Nectars are essential for what? Only insect. And flowers also be not in color. Why flowers are not in color? Because here comes pollination is occurred by water as well as wind. So this color which is useful to attracting of birds, attracting of insect. In that case actually it is useful. So the point what I have to write here? The point here, so this hydrophily as well as anemophily, flowers are colorless. Flowers are colorless and they are not releasing any nectar, and as well as they are not, any fragrance is absent, right? So this is actually characters of what? Hydrophily. Next, pollination with the help of biotic agents. Biotic agent means what? Like living organisms. Like for example, ants, bats, birds, bees and flies, right? So these all organisms which are going to helpful for pollination. If the pollination is occurred with the help of living organism, so that is coming under what? Biotic agents. Majority of the species which are going to perform the pollination with the help of biotic agent. Majority of the plants, right? Here, not only small sized animals, big sized animals also, big sized lemur as well as garden lizards, which are also be involving in pollination. 80% of the pollination is occurred with the help of only bees, honeybees. Majority of the species, pollination is occurred with the help of bees. Let's try the points first. Biotic agent, here the pollination occurred with the help of living organisms. Here biotic agents which are example like first bees, birds, ants and animals, flies, bats or number of these all are which are going to involving in pollination, right? Here majority of species are pollinated by insect, right? And next point is 80% of species, 80% of pollination in species in all plants, which is done with help of bees, And here not only small sized animals, big size animals also be useful for pollination. They are acting as biotic agent for pollination. Big size of animals like lemur species or reptiles, garden lizards, right? So these all are involving in like humans also be involved in pollination. Humans, right? So this big size of animals also be involving in they're acting as what? Biotic agent for what? Pollination, right? See here, these flowers, these plant flowers which are going to, these plant flowers are specially adaptation, they perform special adaptations for insect as well as animals, right? So if the flower is pollinated by insect or animals which are going to perform one special type of characters, the special type of adaptations in a flower. Most of the case flowers should be big in size. Flowers are like bell shaped. Flowers are big in size, flowers are bell shaped, and flowers are mostly attractive in color. Calyx and corolla is very attractive in color. For what? To attract the insect, to attract the birds. Next, so which are consist nectars, which are consist what? Nectars, and they release fragrance when smell is coming from flowers. And most of the cases, this flower plant pollen grains are edible for insect as well as birds, right? So these special adaptations we can notice in these flowers. What character we have to write? The first character is flowers are mostly big size, and flowers are bell shape. Flowers are bell shaped, and corolla is attractive color. Calyx and corolla which are attractive in color, and which are going to release nectars, and they are going to release fragrance, beautiful fragrance. Next, so these flowers which are the pollen grains are edible. Pollen grains are edible to insect, right? So this actually, this type of characters the flower is going to perform. And one more character is generally the flower which is going to give the rewards to the pollinator in the form of nectars as well as pollen grains. The nectars as well as pollen grains which is the reward to pollinator for pollination, right? The point is here you have to write flowers which are going to give the rewards, to pollinators, in the form of food. That is what? Which is food? Pollen grain is edible food as well as nectar, right? And in some spaces it is a obligatory relationship in between flower to insect. For example, Amorphophallus, it is a largest or biggest flower, nearly 6 feet in height. In this flower here, the obligatory relationship is occurred in between flower to insect, nothing but moth, which is going to provide the safe place for laying of eggs, for laying of eggs. The point is here, some species which are going to perform obligatory relationship between flower to insect or nothing but pollinator. So these flowers are provider which are going to provide safe place for laying of eggs. Here the best example we can notice in the moth which is going to lay eggs in Amorphophallus. Amorphophallus. It is largest flower. Sorry, it is, you can see, tallest flower. It is nearly 6 feet. 6 feet height. 6 feet height. Right? And one more example is given in, for example, Yucca species to moth. The relationship in between Yucca. Yucca is a plant. Moth, M-O-T-H, moth or the pollinator, which is also be obligatory. Obligator means क्या बेटा? Obligator means compulsory relationship. So without of these two, the life cycle is not completed. Without interaction of these two, the life cycle of Yucca, the life cycle of moth should not completed. That is actually obligatory relationship. Here, for example, the moth, here first, the point is the Yucca species. The Yucca species which is going to provide the safe place for laying of eggs. The Yucca species which is going to provide the safe place for laying of eggs. Eggs are going to laid, deposit in locules of ovary. Locules of ovary. In within the locules of ovary, the eggs is going to become as larva. Once it is become as larva, so which is helpful in the pollination. After pollination, it means after fertilization, it is going to become as embryo to seed. Before the formation of seed, so this larva, moth larva, which is going to escape from locules of the ovule, right? So this is actually special type of adaptation. The flower is specially evolved, specially adapted for this species. Let's try the point. Yucca species. The first point is which is going to provide one safe place for laying of moth eggs. First point. Where the eggs are going to lay? The eggs are going to lay in locule of ovary. Locules of ovary. Right? And within the locules of ovary, the moth egg cells, which are going to become as larva. Become as what? Larva. Once it is become as larva, so these larvas which are going to involve in pollination. The pollination is occurred in Yucca species with the help of larva of moth. Right? Now after the pollination, what happened? Fertilization is occurred. After fertilization, embryo is formed. Embryo become as a seed. Before the formation of seed, the larva, before the formation of seeds, the larva species is escaped from locule of ovary. Locules of ovary. Right? So in the nature, there is no species to provide the safe place for laying of eggs. And here in the nature, there is no species it can pollinate the Yucca species. So that's why these two species life cycle should be completed with the involvement of these two species. Without these two species, the life cycle should not completed. Right? So here, to complete the life cycle, the life cycle of Yucca, moth involvement is compulsory. So without involvement of moth, Yucca life cycle is not completed. Right? So this type of adaptations, this is specially evolved flower. Right? So this is actually what? Pollination with the help of biotic agent. Many insect may consume the pollen grains as well as nectars, which is not going to bring the pollination. So such type of pollinators we can call as pollen robberies. We can call as what? Pollen robbery or nectar robbery. One more question here. Nectar robberies or nectar robbery. Many insect may consume pollen grains as well as nectars, without bringing pollination, right? So such we can call as pollen robberies, pollen robbers, or nectar robbers. Pollen robbers or nectar robbers, right? So this is actually agent of pollination. Next topic is outbreeding devices. Outbreeding devices. Outbreeding devices. What is outbreeding devices? Outbreeding devices we can notice in bisexual flowers. Most of the flowers are bisexual plants. In this hermaphrodite flower or bisexual flowers, which pollination takes place? Autogamy, nothing but self-pollination takes place. Due to the continuous self-pollination, which is going to, inbreeding depressions are going to form. Due to the continuous pollination, which pollination? Continuous self-pollination, inbreeding depressions are going to form. To overcome these inbreeding depressions, the plants are going to develop different devices to discourage the self-pollination and encourage the cross-pollination. So this is for what? To overcome the inbreeding depression. The point, first what I have to write? The first point is most of the flowers are which are bisexual, right? That we can call as what? Hermaphrodite flowers. So in bisexual flower, which pollination takes place? In bisexual flowers, self-pollination takes place. In bisexual flower, self-pollination takes place. Third point, due to the continuous autogamy or nothing but self-pollination, inbreeding depressions are formed. Inbreeding depressions are formed. Inbreeding depressions means gradually the reproduction rate, the rate of fertilization is going to decrease. The rate of fertilization is gradually decreased. The rate of fertilization is gradually decreased, nothing but which is going to decrease the productivity. Productivity also going to decrease. To overcome this inbreeding depression, to overcome this inbreeding depressions, the plants are going to develop different devices, right? So these are the different devices which are going to discourage autogamy and encourage cross pollination, right? So nothing but we can call as special adaptations. We can call as special adaptations. Special adaptations. In which flower? In bisexual flowers. Bisexual flower. The purpose is what? This special adaptation for decrease autogamy, increase allogamy. Right? Let's see what their devices, what their special devices to discourage the autogamy and encourage the xenogamy, nothing but cross pollination. Here the first dichogamy. The heading is not given in NCERT, but the definition is given in NCERT. Dichogamy. So in this case, to avoid the self-pollination, the male sexual reproduction as well as female sexual reproduction organs which are matured at a different time, releasing of pollen grains and receptive of stigma which are not synchronized. So it means that they are matured at a different time. For example, before the maturity of the gynoecium, androecium is matured and releasing pollen grains. If these pollen grains which are dropping on immature stigma, right, on immature stigma, these mature pollen grains are not going to germinate, right, because maturity time is different. So due to that, what happened? The flower is a bisexual flower, but which is avoided? Self-pollination is avoided. Got the point? Here in dichogamy, maturity as well as releasing of pollen grains, maturity of male sexual organs nothing but androecium and female sexual organ nothing but gynoecium. The maturity of male sexual organs and female sexual organs are not synchronized. Right? So we can call as, for example, protandry and protogyny. Protandrous species, protogyny species. Protoandry. Pro means first, andry means androecium. Here the androecium is going to mature before the maturity of gynoecium. The androecium is matured earlier than gynoecium. That is called as what? Protandry. It is matured earlier than gynoecium. So that is called as what? Protandry. Here, protogyny, it is going to mature earlier than androecium. Right? So this special adaptation is for what? To discourage the autogamy, to encourage the cross pollination. Right? So this is one type of adaptation. And second one is hercogamy. The heading is not given in the NCERT. Hercogamy, but the definition is given. Hercogamy. It means here for self-pollination, androecium as well as gynoecium, they have to compulsory close to each other. So then only it is going to increase the self-pollination. But here the position of the androecium and gynoecium is too far to each other. So for what? For discourage the autogamy, encourage the cross pollination. Hercogamy, here the position of androecium is too far from gynoecium. Right? So due to that, less chances is there for what? Self-pollination. More chances is for what? Cross-pollination. Right? It is called as what? Hercogamy. Next, third. In third case, you can notice, for example, self-incompatibility. Self-incompatibility. Self incompatibility, it is also called as self sterility. Self sterility. Self sterility. So here it is, you can say, genetic involvement, genes or involvement. The same, the plants, the pollen grains of same genetic, for example here, the pollen grains which are genetically similar pollen grains which are not going to germinate on the same flower, right? Genetically same pollen grain, genetically same pollen grains, germination is prevented, right? So nothing but what, which is going to prevented, nothing but autogamy is prevented. So this is also be one type of discourage the autogamy, encourage the allogamy. Next, one more is dicliny. One more is what? Dicliny. So dicliny is nothing but the formation of unisexual flowers. The formation of unisexual flowers. Formation of unisexual flowers. So here dicliny. So in this case actually dicliny, it means unisexual flowers. We can notice in monoecious species as well as dioecious species. In case of monoecious species, here you know that already this is one plant here which is consist of what? Style stigma, female. On here comes one more branch is there, on one more branch here one more flower is there here, right, which is containing what? Male, right? So here this is only one plant, one branch is containing male flower, one branch is containing female flower. These flowers are what? Unisexual flowers. So in this case actually, which is going to prevent the self fertilization but not geitonogamy. In this case, in monoecious species, very important. What point you have to write? In monoecious species, the unisexuality which is going to prevent the autogamy, but not geitonogamy. Very important point, right? In which case, in monoecious species. Next one is for dioecious species. In dioecious species, here you know already. Dioecious species example is what? Here Cycas plant 1, Cycas plant 2, or Markantia to Markantia. Here for example, one flower. Here one flower, right? So we can call as this is male flower, male plant. This is we can call as female flower or female plant. It is style and stigma. Here these are anthers, right? So in these cases, you can say dioecious species. In this case, there is no chance for autogamy as well as geitonogamy. Only cross pollination is occurred. In this case, in a dichogamy, there is no chance for autogamy as well as geitonogamy. Only which is takes place? Only cross pollination is going to take place. Only cross pollination is going to take place, right? So these are all our special devices in the plant we can notice for discourage the autogamy, encourage the cross pollination. Why? Because why should be occurred? Why the plant is going to perform these special devices? The reason is what? To avoid the inbreeding depression. What is inbreeding depression? To continue the self-pollination. If long term of continuous self-pollination, which is going to decrease fertility power, or rate of fertilization is going to decrease. Rate of fertilization is decreased, it means the formation of seed also be decreased, nothing but productivity is decreased. To overcome this problem, the plant is going to show different types of devices that we can call as what? that we can call as outbreeding devices. Next, somewhat extra information which is not covered in the NCERT, which is completely for only competition exam, not for board, not for theory, right? So here some examples are given, biotic as well as abiotic. We can call special terms are given. For example, if pollination is occurred with the help of air, that is called as anemophily. If pollination is occurred with the help of insect, we can call as entomophily. If the pollination is occurred with the help of birds, we can call as ornithophily, malacophily, myrmecophily, or you can say zoophily, like anthropophily, like different terms are given. Let's see. The first one is anemophily. The pollination is occurred with the help of air. Then we can call as what? Anemophily. Examples are, most of the monocots, most of the grass as well as gymnosperms are going to perform which type of pollination? Anemophily type of pollination. Agent is what? Air. With in species, which species? Most of the monocots, grasses, gymnosperms, maize, coconut, bamboo, sugarcane. So these all species are going to perform which type of? Anemophily. Next one is entomophily. In some species, the pollination is occurred with the help of only insect. So that we can call as what? Entomophily, with the help of insect. Example, the flowers are, so flowers, which flowers are releasing nectars, fragrance and colorful. In such case, which pollination is occurred? Insect pollination. It is called as what? Entomophily. Example is lemon, onion, apple, sunflower as well as cotton. So in this plant, pollination with help of insect, that is called as entomophily. And third one is hydrophily. Hydrophily we can divide into two types, epihydrophily, hypohydrophily. If the pollination is occurred on the surface of the water, we can call as what? Epihydrophily. If the pollination is occurred in within the water, that is called as hypohydrophily. Epihydrophily, surface of the water. Example is Wallisneria as well as Rupia species. And hypohydrophily, pollination takes place in within the water. Example is sea grasses is Zostera species. Sea grasses, Zostera species. Next one is ornithophily, birds, hummingbirds, right? Dwelling birds, hummingbirds, right? So if pollination is occurred with the help of birds, that we can call as ornithophily. Ornithophily. The example is Callistemon, Callistemon, Callistemon. It is also called as bottle brush flower. It is also called as what? Bottle brush flower. And Bombax, Butea monosperma species, right? Next, Chiropterophily, Chiropterophily, Chiropterophily. It means here the pollination is done with help of bats in the night time. So here the example is Kadamba plant, Kaigelia plant, banana, Musa paradisiaca, scientific name banana plant, and Bahinia plant. In this case, pollination is occurred with the help of bats. Next, Myrmecophily, Myrmeco, Myrmecophily. So here the pollination is with the help of termites as well as ants. The best example is Acacia species as well as Prosopis julifera or Prosopis species. Next, Malacophily. In Malacophily, here the pollination with the help of snails. The pollination with the help of snails. So that is called as what? Malacophily. The best example is lemma. Actually, lemma is a hydrophyte. Lemma is a hydrophyte, right? As well as chrysanthemum species, marigold, chrysanthemum species. In this species, we can notice which type of pollination? Malacophily pollination. Malacophily pollination means with the help of which agent? Biotic agent. That is what? Snails. Next, Ophiophily. Ophiophily means it is a special type of pollination. Here the pollination is occurred with the help of snakes. We can notice in cobra plant. The plant normal name is cobra plant. In that case we can notice the pollination with the help of snakes. Along with cobra plant, Mycelia plant as well as sandal plant. Right? Which pollination? Ophiophily pollination. Next, anthrophily. Anthrophily means the pollination with the help of what? Humans. Not only small sized animals, but also with the help of big size of animals like lemur, primates, humans, right? Which are also be involving the pollination. Here, the humans are here expression, for example, emasculation process that we can call as artificial pollination. If the pollination is done with the help of human, that we can call as anthropophily. So this type which is useful for solving of multiple choice question, which is not covered in the NCERT book, which is not for theory, purely for only competition purpose. Okay, but majority of the case the pollination is occurred by with the help of biotic, that is what? Insect. The insect for food purpose, nectar purpose, which is going to roaming on flower. So this flower containing attractive pollen grains which are sticky in nature. So this sticky nature of pollen grains, when the insect is roaming on the flower, so these pollen grains which are going to attach to the wings of the insect or legs of the insect. And you can see these pollen grains are carried from one location to another location along with the insect. And for food purpose, again this insect is going to roaming on another flower. At the time what happened? Already some pollen grains are attached to the legs as well as wings, which are going to drop on some other flower. Like pollination takes place with the help of insect. 80% of pollination takes place by bees. Okay, so this is actually today topic entire regarding pollination. Right? Thank you all of you.